Good morning, kids. Today we are going to study environmental studies looking around. Our today's science topic is chapter number 8, a treat for mosquitoes. Before starting with the chapter, let us discuss the aims of the lesson. To understand how mosquitoes spread malaria. To learn the prevention, symptoms, and control measures of malaria. To learn about Sir Ronald Rose. To get the knowledge about anemia, its symptoms, causes, and treatment. Dear kids, what comes to your mind when I say the word mosquitoes? Yes, they suck blood. They spread different diseases like malaria. Yes, they are insect. Yes, there is one life cycle of mosquitoes and larva is part of it. Yes, diseases and danger. There are different types of mosquitoes like Aedes, Anopheles, etc. Now, let us start with the chapter. Blood test. Rajat is back at school today. He had been absent for many days. How are you now? Asked Aarti. I am all right, Rajat replied softly. So now we are learning about four students. They are discussing about the health of their friends whose name is Rajat. One of his friend Aarti is asking him how he is. Jaskirat, you must have played a lot while you were at home. Rajat, who wants to play when you have fever? On top of it, I had to take bitter medicine. I even had a blood test. So basically, Rajat was ill. He was not well. He was suffering from fever and had undergone through blood test. Jaskirat, a blood test? Why? It must be very painful. Rajat, actually, when the needle pricked my finger, it felt like an ant bite. They took 2 to 3 drops of blood and sent it for testing. That's how we came to know that I had malaria. So now, with the help of conversation, we come to know that Rajat was suffering from malaria. And how we are able to diagnose about malaria? With the help of blood test. Nancy, but you get malaria when a mosquito bites you. Rajat, yes, but we find out by the blood test. Jaskirat, there are a lot of mosquitoes in my house these days, but I did not get malaria. Nancy, who says that every mosquito bite causes malaria? Malaria spreads only by a disease carrying mosquitoes. Aarti, all mosquitoes look same to me. Rajat, there must be some difference. So now they are discussing about malaria. Before starting about malaria, let us see about blood test. Blood test is laboratory analysis. That means it is analysis done in labs. It is used to track our physical well-being. Are we physically fit? This is tested and tracked through blood test. Generally, sample of blood is collected with the help of syringe and sent for test. This is how blood test is conducted. They collect the sample of blood and send to the laboratory for test. Various diseases like malaria, dengue, typhoid, etc. are diagnosed with the help of blood test. So, this is how a syringe look. How many of you are afraid of injections? Yes, many of us. See, this is example of blood test report. There are various sections that are tested. Then there is a column of result. Also, measuring unit is given so that you can conclude the conclusion very easily. And parameter is also given so that you yourself can see whether you are fit or not. Do you know when blood is tested, it is analyzed in microscope? See, Dr. Mariam looking at the blood slide under the microscope. This microscope makes things look 1,000 times bigger. The details inside the blood can be seen clearly. There are some microscopes which make the things even more bigger, and this one. So, as you can see, with the help of microscope, smaller things can be seen easily as it make the things look bigger. Now, I was telling you about malaria. Basically, malaria is a disease that is caused by female Anopheles mosquito. It is diagnosed by blood test. During rainy season, there are maximum chances of malaria as mosquitoes breed easily during this season. Also, Malaria Day is celebrated on 25th April to make the people aware about malaria. Now kids, you can see one poster related to malaria in front of you. Please read this poster and analyze what information it wants to convey you. Are you inviting mosquitoes? Be aware. They spread malaria, dengue, and chikungunya. Don't let water collect around your house. Fill up the pits. Keep the water pots, coolers, and tanks. They should be tried every week. Use mosquito nets to protect yourself. Spray kerosene if water has collected at some places. Yes, this poster is telling you how you can prevent yourself from malaria. Not only malaria, but also from dengue, chikungunya, etc. These are some of the diseases that are caused by Mosquitoes. Rajat, the poster says something about larvae. What are those? Nancy, they are baby mosquitoes. But they don't look like mosquitoes at all. Aarti, where did you see them? Nancy, there was an old boat lying behind my house. It was full of water for some days. When I looked there, I saw some tiny thread like grey things swimming. I was surprised when Mama told me that these had come out of the eggs which mosquitoes lay in water. They are called larvae. I also heard something about this on the radio. So now these kids are discussing about life cycle of mosquitoes. To understand the life cycle of mosquito, let's have a look on one video.
The mosquito's life cycle starts with laying eggs. It lays eggs on stagnant water and other containers that can hold water, such as discarded tires, cans, buckets, etc. The female mosquito lays small cigar-shaped eggs which are soft and white. Most species lay eggs that are stuck together in rafts of 100 or more eggs. Normally, the eggs are white when first deposited, then darken to near black within a day. They will hatch in 1 to 3 days depending on the temperature. When the larvae are ready to hatch, they use a small temporary tooth on their heads to break open the egg along a suture. Larvae swim either through propulsion with their mouth brushes or by jerky movements of their entire bodies, giving them the common name of wigglers. Most species of mosquito larvae spend most of their time hanging upside down on the surface, sucking in oxygen through a siphon tube used for breathing. They also have an abdomen, thorax, and eyes. The larvae must live in water from 7 to 14 days depending on water temperature. Larvae shed their skin 4 times, after which they become pupae. Mosquito pupae are commonly called tumblers, which is a resting non-feeding stage. They must take in oxygen from time to time through 2 breathing tubes known as trumpets. They have short, curved bodies with antennae, eyes, legs, wings, and an abdomen. The pupal skin splits along the top of the case when the adult mosquito is ready to emerge from the pupae stage. The adult mosquito slowly and carefully works its way out of the pupal case. The newly emerged adult rests on the surface of the water for a short time to allow itself to dry and all its parts to harden. The wings also need to spread out and dry properly before the mosquito can fly. Adult mosquitoes are made up of a head with 2 large compound eyes, a thorax, and a pair of scaled wings.
So kids, with the help of this video, we came to know about life cycle of mosquito. First, a mosquito, adult mosquito, lay eggs. Those eggs converts into larva. Then larva converts into pupa and pupa converts into an adult mosquito. This is a life cycle of mosquito. I hope kids, this much chapter is clear to you. We are going to continue this chapter in the next part of the video. Thank you.